This is a deep sea control panel. It's a digital PLC controller. It's our primary bread and butter controller that we use on 90% of our generator products. It comes with various models. This particular model is called an 8610. It is the main feature of it is it's capable of synchronizing with another generator set that has a similar control panel. The basic layout on a deep sea, whether it's an 86 or 73 or 74, is the same layout. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through the basic operation and the menu. You can see right now we're in the status mode. The east-west arrows are for scrolling through different parts of the menu. You can see the engine section, the generator section, the bus connection. That's if you're connected through the Ethernet. That's one of the features of this controller. Various alarms, the ECU, which is the engine control unit, and an event log. It tells you what things have occurred with the controller. There's a communications section, miscellaneous. Back to the status. The north and south arrows will tell you various things in each section. So right now we're at status. It'll tell us the line-to-line voltage, the line-to-neutral voltage, the frequency, the amperage, the amount of kilowatts the unit is pulling, and the power factor. That is the status screen. The second screen you'll see is the engine screen. This right now is currently not connected to the ECU, where I can press this feature here, and this will bypass the ECU. You see where it's currently we're showing X's. Now we're reading, oil pressure, atmospheric pressure. You can read the engine temperature, which will read coolant. The battery charging alternator will tell you how much it is there. The next section is the generator section, which will show you line to neutral, line to line voltage. Line to line is considered basically the three outputs on the breaker, which could be 480 volts, 208 volts, or 240 volts. Line to neutral is from one of these legs to your neutral. Let's go back. L1, L2, L3. Let me get back to the right screen here. L1 to neutral, that could be for this particular voltage, it would be 230 volts. Now it's showing L1 to L2, L2 to L3, L3 to L1. It'll show you the frequency of operation, how many amps each leg is pulling. That's the current that's being generated by your building, earth current, and the amount of kilowatts that's being drawn. Percentage of load based upon the size of the generator. This is a 600 kilowatt. So if it was pulling 200 kilowatts, it would be 25% of the load. The next section we have is the bus connection. I mentioned earlier that this is a paralleling controller. So it would be connected to a main bus. So it would have to sense what the voltage is on that bus so it knows how to synchronize to that bus. So you have to read the voltage on the bus, the frequency on the bus, any kilowatts if it's drawing any amperage. The next section is the alarm section. This will tell you any faults or alarms that have occurred. Since this is a new unit, it doesn't currently have any alarms active. I can show you how we activate an alarm. Emergency stop. So currently we have an emergency stop and alarm. I have twisted that to reset it, cleared the alarm. Generator's back at rest. Back to the alarm section, now it's clear. The next section is the ECU. The ECU is considered the engine control unit. Every engine nowadays comes with a little computer, a PLC, that our control panel connects to the engine control unit, and they communicate. So this will tell me that that communication is working properly. There's an event log. It'll tell you we just did an emergency shutdown. It tells me we did an emergency shutdown on August 20th at the time is 21:33. Last shutdown was an emergency shutdown. You go through the events, different things. The last item is communications. This control panel can communicate through the internet through modem, or you can connect directly into it. Miscellaneous. The last one is basically general information about the controller.